Hello everybody and welcome to the club room. Please switch off your phones and put your hands together for Maria Forde and Greg Hunt, who are going to perform Sing a Song for Ireland.
I follow the call of the people before me. I follow the call of my own Celtic blood. I follow the call across the waves and the oceans. I follow the call to the land that I love. Some of you came as convicts and servants, forced by the famine or transportation, and no one could feel the pain or the heartache when you found yourselves exiled from family and friends. I follow the call of the people before me. I follow the call of my own Celtic blood. I follow the call across the waves and the oceans. I follow the call to the land that I love. Down through the ages, a new generation. Now we have a future of promise and pride, 'cause we are a product of your toil and your struggle, and our own Celtic spirit burns proudly inside. I follow the call of the people before me. I follow the call of my own Celtic blood. I follow the call across the waves and the oceans. I follow the call to the land that I love. We are here today to celebrate our Celtic story. Are there any Celts in the audience? What a silly question. We celebrate our Celtic identity. We honour the significant role that Ireland has played in so many people's lives. We celebrate the Celtic culture, and we also come here to be entertained. With more than 7 million Australians claiming Irish heritage, we acknowledge that many of them arrived voluntarily as free settlers and not so voluntarily as convicts. But what were the circumstances of their departure from Ireland? What did they leave behind, and what was life like in Van Diemen's Land? Let me take you on a journey through time as we explore the arrival of the Irish in Australia over the last 150 years. From 1845 until 1851, Australia was gripped by a devastating potato blight. So bad that when the crops failed, many tenant farmers were left starving. They were already paying highly inflated rent on their tenant farms, so that when the potato crop failed, there was no food to feed their families. More than 1 million people starved to death, while massive quantities of food were still being exported to England. The failure of the second potato crop in 1846 meant that Irish people saw emigration as perhaps the only escape from death. Between the years 1845 to 1855, 2 million people had emigrated. Word of the famine spread despite very little being done by the British authorities. It took a reporter from the London Illustrated Times to publish one plight of one particular famine victim. I was carried into a cabin, and I lay there for 8 days when I had the poor child born dead. I lay there for 3 weeks after that. The whole of my family got the fever, and one boy, 13 years old, died with want and with hunger while we were lying there sick. Another reporter wrote, I started from Cork to Skibbereen and saw little until we came to Clonakilty. Among them was a woman carrying in her arms the corpse of a fine child and making the most distressing appeal to the passengers for aid to help her to purchase a coffin to bury her dear little baby. People were dying so fast in the village of Skibbereen that there weren't enough people alive to complete the task of burying the dead. So a mass grave was dug, and near the rooms of the Franciscan friary, between 8 to 10,000 nameless dead were dumped in a massive grave. Let me share with you now the song Steve Foster wrote another time and another place in America, but so appropriate for these desperate famine victims. And if you know the words, please sing along. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. There's a song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty and music bright and gay, their frail forms fading at the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading looks will say, oh,